Hey y'all, it's Katrina with Faith and Loop's Crochet. Welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. I like to go over different things that happen in my crochet journey. Today I'm actually going to be going over some of my inventory. Well, in fact, all of my inventory. So I have my market coming up in just like 2 days. So I'll need to go through all my inventory and figure out exactly what I got and make sure that I have everything marked that I thought I made. So I know that everybody does their inventory a little bit different. So for me personally, I like to keep up with my stuff on a spreadsheet. I use Google Docs not Google Docs, Google Sheets. And I create a profile and give you an example. This is what I have. So I have my SKU number, and then I have my item, and then I have my price, and this column right here is my inventory. What I like to do is I like to go through and mark exactly how many I have in my inventory just to make sure that my number was correct. So, for example, if I make a chick, I will go ahead and mark it on my sheet that I have the chick. So if I have like 8 of them, then I'll just add 1 and make it a 9. So that's how I keep up with my inventory. And then as I sell stuff, I mark it down here. And if they pay cash, I put a C on there so I know exactly how much cash I got. Because I don't always run that up on Square because sometimes my husband takes the cash payments and I'm taking the card payments. So that's what works for us. That way I have a spreadsheet. The whole family knows exactly what I have. They can look it up by the SKU number that's already on my plushie. So the way that I mark my inventory is a little bit different than other people. So this right here is how I mark my inventory. This right here is actually a stitch marker. And this right here is one of those jewelry tags. So the jewelry tag slips in to the stitch marker, and then I put the stitch marker in to the plushie. So I would have this chick listed for $5. And then on the back, I have SKU number 4. So whenever I go into Square, I just put in 04 and it brings it up. That's how I personally do my inventory and my pricing and all that. I've pretty much got everything priced, but there is a few when I go through my inventory that I didn't mark. This one doesn't have a price tag, so I'm going to have to put that in another pile. So I'm going to go ahead and start going over my inventory. I have listed a lot of these pattern designers and links in other videos, and I do have a Google Doc down there that has a lot of the patterns that I use. For some reason, the link won't work, but if you copy it and put it into your browser, it will work. And if it doesn't, just message me. I'll be more than happy to give you a link. So, I have quite a bit of inventory. I'm going to go ahead and show you. This whole bag is my $5 to $8 items. So, we've got quite a bit to go over in the $5 to $8 items. So, I'm going to go ahead and jump in. So, some of these, to be quite honest with you, some of these I know the pattern designer, and some of them I don't. If I know the designer, I'll let you know. And if I don't, I'm sorry. If you want the pattern designer's name and the link, I'll be more than happy to get it for you. But I have quite a bit, so I'm not going to go over all of it. So, all of my little items I actually put in a gallon-sized baggie because it makes it so much easier to be able to pick out what I got and display them on there. I can just kind of pull the bags out and then I can put them on the table. And this is how we put them up aftermarket. It makes things a lot easier for me. Everybody's got their own style for the little stuff because I don't want to be digging around a whole bunch of plushies for just a little chick because that makes it kind of hard. Like I got another one. I know I had, 7 of them and I only got 6. Now you have to dig through a whole bag. Nobody wants to do that. So I do put them in gallon-sized baggies. So I have 3 of the pink chicks. I have 5 of the yellow chicks, and I have 2 of the blue chicks going to market. I think these might sell very well for me at this particular market. I'm hoping that people are starting to think about Easter and the Easter basket and everything. I do have one of these I need to mark, so I'm going to set him to the side. So, there's my bag of chicks. So, the same pattern, I just changed it up a little bit, is the mallard. So the mallards I also charge $5 for, and they seem to be a pretty good selling item. I think everybody needs to have at least a couple $5 items. I've had several kids come up to me and they have just a $5 bill and they have to get something, and we all have been walking around craft fairs. Sometimes there's not a whole lot of little stuff. So I do have some mallards too, and I have 4 of those. And then back, still going on the Easter track. So I have the bunnies. These one are Maple, let's see, what is it? Maple Designs, I think. Design Maple? Something like that. I'm not sure who the pattern designer is. But this right here is this really, really sweet pattern. I know it's called a jelly bean bunny. I do know that. And I did make 6 of these. I got the pink, the light blue, and the dark blue. And then I have the purple, the peach, and the yellow. Now, I did make some of these last year, but I didn't have them. I had one market before Easter, and I didn't sell any of them. So I'm not sure how they're going to do this year. Last year, they didn't do very well for me. But I do have 6 of these going to market, and I hope that they sell. So, I also have these Triceratops. Now, with these Triceratops, another, not a bestseller for me, but I'm hoping that, they might sell for me better. I've had these for a little bit, so I'm not quite sure why they're not selling, but they haven't. But it's a new year. I'm hoping maybe they'll sell better for me this year. Not sure. This is a free pattern. See, forgot what it was from, but I do remember it was a free pattern. I think it was Crochet Club. So I have a yellow, a green, an orange, a dark blue, a light blue, a purple, and a teal. And I charge $8 for these. I charge $8 for the bunnies too. I think I forgot to tell you that. So I charge $8 for these. So, now these are a good seller for me. I have 3 of these, and these are the emotional support pickles. Now, with these emotional support pickles, some of them I put the tags on and some of them I don't. 2 of these I don't have the tags. Somebody wanted a grumpy pickle at my last market, so I made sure I had a grumpy pickle. And then I got a happy pickle. And then I have one that says emotional support pickle. Life isn't always bread and butter, so this pickle is here to help you deal with all that life throws your way. So I have one of those, and I have 3 of these. I charge $8 for these as well. And a pickle is one of those like really easy to do. You can just kind of whip up. You don't really need a actual pattern after you get it done. You just put some bobble stitches a couple of times around. So that's a really, really good pattern. So I can't go to the market without possums. I've sold out of these quite a bit. So I made 8 of these, hoping that they can sell, and then I might have some inventory for the rest of the year. So this pattern right here, I do know who the designer is right off the top of my head, and that's Drinker Crochet. She has a YouTube tutorial over this. This is really, really quick pattern. Now, this particular pattern does not change the color change on the ears or on the feet. So if you want to, you can change them and make them black. This one right here is just gray. They sell pretty good for me. So I do have 8 of these, and I charge $8 for them. So moving along. Bumblebees. And I can't remember where I got this pattern either. Now these little bees, I actually charge $6 for them. So I have 4 of the regular bees. And then I got a blue bee and I don't know, melon bee, whatever colors you want to call that. It's a mint green and it is like a neon pink. I actually done these in posh because I just think that they look better in posh. I done them in sweet snuggles and I just didn't quite care for it as much as I did in the posh. So these are done in posh and I charge $6. So in total, I do have 6 bees going to market. Octopuses. So I have 2 different kinds of octopuses in here. So I have just the regular old octopus. I think everybody's made those. And then I have, I think this is Otter, the octopus. I charge $6 for both of these. Well, not together, each one. So these are $6 a piece, should I say. So I do have 3 of these made. I have of this style. I have the pink, the purple, and a blue one. And then I have, in the other style, I have a teal, an orange, a yellow, and then I have a blue, and then another blue. This one was actually done by my daughter. So I'm super proud of her. She does a great job. So I told her as I go through the inventory in this video, I will actually set aside hers. So I'm going to put this one to the side so she can make sure that her items are priced and do her inventory later too. So I'm going to set this on the other side. So that is all the little octopuses that I have. These are hit or miss for me. Some of them, sometimes they sell good, sometimes they don't. It just depends on what market you're at and what the customer wants at the time. So that is all I have there. So I have 1 little stingray and I charge $8 for these. I have 1 mini axolotl. This pattern right here is by Stacy Makes. I do change the legs. It's a bobble stitches. This is a free pattern on her Instagram. So it's really cute and tiny. I highly recommend you give it a shot. It's a free pattern. So I do charge $8 for these because you do have a lot of the color changes and stuff like that. And it does take a little bit of time to do it. So I did put $8 on there and I've sold most of them. This is the last one I have left. I decided not to make any more right now because I do make them all. I have quite a few of them and they're all done in sweet snuggles. And I have absolutely no good pink sweet snuggles left. I have all the new stuff. I have 2 things of the new stuff and I can't find none of the old stuff. So I'm just going to not make them right now until I sell out of these. And then if I need to, I'll reintroduce them into the market using like Burnett or something like that. Because I don't want them in a whole bunch of different sizes because that bothers me to have this one right here and then one in Burnett. And it's the same exact pattern and the sizes are completely different and the texture is completely different. So if I'm going to make something in a different type of yarn, I want all of them. For example, my axolotls, they're all done in Sweet Snuggles Light. If I wanted to change over to Burnett, I would do all of them in Burnett and that's it, just Burnett. So that's a personal thing for me. So that's just how I want to do it. And because I don't have any pink, I want to sell all these first, and then I'll go from there deciding what yarn I want to use from there on. So I have one of those. Sorry, I kind of rambled on that one. I apologize. And this pattern, this is another octopus that I have. This one right here was actually a free Instagram pattern. I'm going to charge $8 for this. I'm going to put it with my Jelly Pops. My Jelly Pops, I also charge $8. And I have a purple and a yellow, a light blue, a dark blue, and a teal. So all these will be going to market with me. And let's see here. My mini Loaf cat. Now I found a free Instagram pattern I used, and I tweaked it a little bit for these two. Then, I went on a pattern buying spree. So I did get the kitties. I did get the kitty, or the Loaf kitty pattern pack. I got the babies and the larger ones. So this is actually the mini cat. And I will be making these from now on. I have them listed for $8, and I just have the 3. I want these 2 to sell before I make any more, because from now on I'm going to use this pattern, and it's a little bit bigger. And I'm probably going to raise the price a little bit on this. I have $8 on this too. I just didn't want to have to make another SKU and then explain why the price difference was there. Once again, that whole yarn thing, just like what I was talking about. So, because it was, to me, it's quite a bit of difference. So I want to start making them like this from now on. So I am actually going to not make any more until these 2 sell. So I have 3 of those at $8 a piece. Thinking about probably charging 10 whenever I make more. They sold pretty good for me at 8. I think I could probably. So I have another bag here. So these right here are the Basil the Hamster by Stacy Makes. This is a recent pattern that just came out, and it's so darling. I have 8 on these. I thought about charging 10, and I might raise it to 10 later. I got 8 on them. We're going to see how they go. She has 2 different designs. She has one with the face, where you can do the color change, and then you just can do it solid. So I have a brown one, and this one's like a grayish brown. This one right here is like a sand. And this one I did in mustard. So I have these for listed for $8, and I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it that way. If they do fly off the shelf, I'll go ahead and raise the price to 10, because I think they're probably worth 10. All right, so these little guys right here, this is a super quick and easy pattern to work up. And I actually did a short on these where I made it in large yarn, and it came out pretty big. I don't have any to show you, but I really, really do like this pattern. I have 3 of these little babies that will be going with me to market. I think they're super cute. Or, not to say cute too much, they're super darling. Use that country twang I got. Had somebody mention that I know you have an accent. Where are you from? I'm like, born and raised Kentucky girl, right here. Yes, I have the country twang. I know I do. I know I do. Like, I hear it when other people talk. Like, my husband has a really, really thick country twang to his accent. So, like, if we get to talking and we're just like, the country twang comes out even more. So, like, when we're hanging out with friends and stuff and everybody's got that country twang, I notice it with him. I don't know if he notices it. I'm rambling again. I'm going to go back to market prep here. All right, so the spiders. Spiders have sold so well for me, and I'm hoping they're going to continue to do so. I have 6 of these done. I've done a variety of different colors. I'm not sure what's going to sell and what's not. So I just done whatever colors I thought. So I done a pink one and a gray one. I've done this really, really cool blue and or light blue, or sorry, dark blue and like a teal colored ones. And I think this one's my favorite out of all of them. I think it turned out really good. And then I done one in blue, yellow, and then I done one in this green and blue and almost like a neon green, little speckles. Now I know that this one, like what I got on the shelf, is all they clearanced it out way before the old and new stuff, and they took it off, Sweet Snuggles, off of the market for a while to fix it. This went out like a couple months before that. They clearanced it all out, so it's not coming back. So I'm like holding on to this kind of precious yarn. So I charge $8 a piece for those. And then I'm going to go over. Those were in the wrong bin. All right, here we go. All right. So I have the whales. Oh, well, this is shark. I have one shark, and the rest are whales. I charge $8 for these. Now, this right here, this is all from Jade Pattern Pack. This pack is actually not the one with the big whale, but she has one that has 3 different smaller sized ones. This, I think, is the medium sized one of that pack. The little one I use for the keychains, and this is the medium size. And I think they turn out a pretty decent size. They're really quick to work up, and I charge $8 for these. So I have a gray, a blue, a yellow, and then I have a light blue. And then I have one that my daughter made. I think she used the keychain pattern on this, but she used burlap blanket, so it did come out quite a bit bigger. So I'm going to set that to the side because that's her inventory. She said she wanted all her inventory, so she knew exactly what she had. So that's her inventory. All right, so next I have the Leggy frogs. Now, Leggy frogs are hit or miss with me. I had one little girl that picked it up about 10 times. She was at my booth pretty much all day, in and out. She was one of the vendors' kids, and every time she came, she would stare at the Leggy frogs. And then eventually, I guess whoever she was with, her grandma or aunt, she talked her into finally buying one. She's like, "That's your Christmas present. No more. That's it. Are you sure that's what you want?" So I do have 2 of the big ones. They didn't sell great for me last year, so I really haven't made any more. I'm just kind of waiting and seeing how they do. I know a lot of people they do good for. So far, they haven't done great for me. It's one of those hit or miss. So I got 2 of these, and then I have in a variety of different greens. I have the baby. And I charge $8 for the big ones, and I charge $6 for the little ones. And then I have some big booty frogs. Booty rocket everywhere. I charge $8 for these. These are pretty good, quick, and easy make, and I've sold them pretty good. Sometimes I put faces on them, sometimes I don't. These 2 don't have faces on them. If they don't sell this market, I might go ahead and put faces on them. Maybe they'll sell a little bit better. I do fairly well. I normally sell 1 or 2 of them at every market, so even on slow markets, I still sold some. So I actually do have another pack of whales here, which I didn't realize that I had another thing of them. They're kind of big, so they don't all fit in the same bag. So I'm going to make sure that I put those together. So I actually do have a teal, an orange, a light green, and a different shade of green, or different shade of teal. Those 2 teals are very similar on camera, but they're quite a bit different whenever you look at them next to each other. So in total, that makes 1, 2. So that makes 7 altogether of the whales and 1 shark. So, and then I have my aliens, and then we have a whole bunch of like individual stuff that I've made. So I did make aliens. This is a new introduction. I've never put these on market before. I don't know how they're going to sell. I think they're really cute. So I'm hoping they'll sell good. So I got the light teal and the dark teal. I got the blue, the orange, and the light blue. So I actually didn't do any in pink. I thought I did. I guess I didn't. I thought I did one in pink. Yes, I did. So I have 5 aliens going to market. I have those listed for $10 a piece, or $8 a piece. Hey, I had to take a brain break. I was getting all tongue-tied. So I went over the leggy frogs. So next I'm going to go over my keychains. I'm not sure how many of these I actually have. I'm just going to kind of go through them and show you what I do have in them. I do put those on the spinny thing. I know a lot of people, though, I've been watching, has been talking about the fact that they just throw them in a container and have one of them hanging off, and they've been selling better. So I'm going to see how they sell at markets. I sold a lot of these last year. So I think I sold like 64 of these last year. So I have pickles, and I have whales, and I have frogs. I have a cherry, and I have a Stanley cup, ice cream cones, watermelon. I have some of these octopuses. I have, this is a dashboard duck. And I have a variety of different colors. I'm just going over the different kinds that I have. I have the boba cup. I have the little chick. I have a pumpkin. This is one of my daughters. She made. I have a banana. And I think that's the variety I have. Which, I mean, it ends up being a pretty decent variety. Roughly. I have, actually, it ends up being quite a bit. I have one of each of all of these. Like, that's a pretty good little variety. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 12 different keychain patterns that randomly I have different amounts of each one. I'm not sure exactly how many I have. I'm curious how many keychains I actually have. So I'm going to count them. Hold on. So I have 37 of them. So that's a pretty decent amount of keychains. I was hoping for 50, but 37 is good. 37 is not bad. So I have 2 bags of keychains. And then now all the rest of that stuff I think I have is kind of random. I do have 2 of the crayons. One's a stubby crayon and one's a tall crayon. I'm going to charge $8 a piece for these. This is a growing crochet pattern. She released this just a couple weeks ago. This was her first pattern release. It also comes with a pencil. That's pretty cool. So check that out. And then I also done another pattern test, and this was the dashboard duck. And this is by Bobble Stitch Queen. These are also $8, and I got 2 of those. And then I did try the Hook Nooks. Mama's Hook Nooks, I think it is. And this was one of them, and this is $8. And then Travel Crochet, she come out with a free pattern, and this is Bob, Big Booty Bob. And I'm actually have him listed at $5. He's a super quick and easy pattern. So I'm going to put this with my chicks. And then I made some stuff for Valentine's. I'm going to go ahead and put it out and see if it sells. I have the cherries I'm selling for $8. I have, which I think, looking at this now, I might want to change this. I think I'm going to put $6 on this because look at the difference. Because I'm charging $8 for this, and this is a love bug. I think it turned out a lot bigger than what I anticipated. But I got $8 on it. And this was another one of the Valentine's Day patterns I'm going to put out. I got $5 on it. And it's a cute, really fast pattern. I'm actually probably going to make more of these if I have time. I didn't have time to make them. So I did this in the regular Sweet Snuggles, and it turned out really big. If I used the Sweet Snuggles light, it was like going to be itty bitty. But I used the chunky yarn on this one, and it turned out to be size. And then my daughter made Crochet by Jenna's Platypus. So that's another one that goes into her inventory. And then I have a pop here. This pop's been around for a while. She doesn't really pop very well. I don't know what it was with this yarn, but this yarn just doesn't pop very good. I've made it others. It's super, super soft white. I'm not even sure exactly what yarn it is. I thought it was Sweet Snuggles, but now that I'm feeling it, I'm not sure what exactly it was. But this guy's been around for a while, and this is my last $8 item. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and track all of this, and I'll give you a grand total of how much in $5 and $8 items that I have. Okay, I'm back. So I actually missed a bag. So I'm going to go over it real quick before I give you the grand totals. So I do have one flamingo that I charge $8 for. I have one of these patterns that I tested out for a swinging heart. This is a free pattern on Instagram. I'm going to charge $8 for that. I think it's super cute. And I haven't sold, I haven't made, I haven't done any swinging animals or anything. So this will be my first try. I did make it in a large, but I'm going to charge a little bit more. So it's going to be in the next video. But give this a try. I wonder if it's going to sell. I've been thinking about making some swinging animals, and everybody seems to be selling them pretty good. So I'm probably going to make them. If these go, I'm doing it because they're hearts and they're Valentine's. They go. So I'm going to make some. So I have a pig, and this one is $8. I only have the one. I didn't make any more. Once again, it's that pink. That pink's got me. Can't wait until Sweet Snuggles Light gets it figured out. Michael's get it figured out because I need a pink. So I didn't make any more of these. I will probably do them in Burnett after this one sells, or I might just go ahead and do them in Burnett. I haven't decided yet, but got one of those, and I'm charging $8 for. I have this one right here. This was a pattern that I bought. I tested. Not a huge fan with the time and the amount. I have it listed for $8. We'll see if it sells. If it sells at $8, then I might look back at maybe making some more of those. And then, I'm not sure if I went over this or not. I think this is Stardew Valley. Everybody was making a blue chicken with a purple comb. So I'm not sure if I went over this earlier or not, but I'm going to charge $8 for that. I think it turned out really cute. So that is all of my items. Now, I did add those up into my total. So my total ended up being $870, and that is just in items from $5 to $8. So I think that's a pretty good amount to be taken to market. If I add it up with my other stuff, I think I'm going to hit at least, $3,600. I'm hoping. That's my goal, is $3,600 with all my inventory. So if I do that, if I hit that goal, I'll be ecstatic. So my daughter's inventory in $5 to $8 items was actually $39. She has $39 in inventory as well. So our grand total between both of us that will be taken to market, and I forgot to add that up, so I'm going to add that up real quick. So including her stuff and my stuff, we'll be taking $909 total in the $5 to $8 range. So I'm excited about that. So be sure to watch part 2. I'm going to be going over all of my items that fit into the $10 to $14 items. And spoiler alert, it's another full bag. So we'll be going over that, and make sure you tune into my next video. If you like this content and if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to leave a comment below. I try to answer all of the comments that I get, and I try to do so pretty quickly. I'm doing pretty good so far. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I'm almost at the 1,000 mark, and that's my goal by April the 8th. That was one of my 2025 goals, is by April the 8th to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, and I'm getting close. So if you stayed with me, thank you so much. I do hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. God bless.